Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Podcast. My name is Oliver, and I'm so happy you are here today. Thank you for listening. If this is your first time, welcome. You're listening to a simple English podcast for beginners, where I speak slowly and clearly and help you learn English in a real, friendly way. So sit back, relax, and let's have a nice chat together. Today, I'm going to talk about something very simple, but also very useful. I will introduce myself. This is something we all do in real life. When you meet new people, when you start a new job, or when you go to an English class, you need to know how to talk about yourself. So in this episode, I'll tell you about my life, my job, my hobbies, and a little about what I do every day. You can listen, repeat after me, and learn how to introduce yourself too. Alright, let's start. My name is Oliver and I live in Sydney, Australia. Sydney is a big, beautiful city near the ocean. Many people know the Sydney Opera House and the Harbour Bridge. They're very famous. I was born in Melbourne, but I moved to Sydney about 5 years ago for work. I really like living here. The weather is nice. There are beaches everywhere, and people are very friendly. I'm 31 years old. I work in an office, and my job is in marketing. That means I help companies tell people about their products and services. I enjoy my work because I like talking to people, planning new ideas, and working in a team. My office is not too far from home, so I can walk to work or take the bus. I usually start work at 9 in the morning and finish around 5 in the afternoon. I live in a small apartment in the city with my partner, Emma. She's a teacher, and she works at a local primary school. We don't have children yet, but maybe in the future. We have a cat named Milo. He's very cute and very lazy. He sleeps most of the time, and sometimes he sits next to me when I work from home. In the morning, I usually wake up at around 7 o'clock. The first thing I do is check my phone. I know I shouldn't, but I do. Then I go to the kitchen and make coffee. I really love coffee. In Australia, people drink a lot of coffee. My favorite is a flat white. It's a bit like a latte, but smaller and creamier. Maybe you can try one if you come to Australia. After coffee, I take a shower, get dressed, and eat breakfast. My breakfast is usually simple, maybe toast with butter and jam, or sometimes eggs with avocado. Yes, we Australians love avocado toast. After breakfast, I go to work. I like walking because it's good exercise and the air is fresh in the morning. Sometimes I listen to music or a podcast on the way, just like you are doing now. At work, my day is quite busy, but not too stressful. I check emails, talk with clients, plan projects, and have meetings. I work with a small team. There are 5 of us, and we get along really well. We often have lunch together. Sometimes we eat at a cafe near the office. Sometimes we bring food from home. My favorite lunch is a chicken sandwich with salad or sushi, which is very popular here. After work, I usually go home and relax. If the weather is nice, I might go for a walk in the park or along the beach. I like the sea. The sound of the waves makes me feel calm. Sometimes I meet friends for dinner. We talk, laugh, and enjoy food together. Australians love social life. We like barbecues, picnics, and going out on weekends. When I get home in the evening, I often watch TV or read a book. I like watching sports, especially football and cricket. I also enjoy simple cooking. I'm not a chef, but I like to cook something easy, like pasta or stir-fry. Emma and I sometimes cook together. It's fun, and we talk about our day while we eat. On weekends, I try to relax and spend time outdoors. I might go hiking, go to the beach, or visit my parents. My parents live in Melbourne, so sometimes I fly there for a weekend. It's only about an hour and a half by plane. I really enjoy seeing them and catching up. Family is very important to me. I also like learning new things. For example, I've been trying to learn a little bit of Japanese because I want to travel there one day. And I'm also learning how to play the guitar slowly. It's not easy, but I enjoy it. I think learning new things helps keep life interesting. How about you? What do you like to do in your free time? Maybe you can tell me in the comments below. I'd really like to know, do you work or study? Do you live in a big city or a small town? If you are learning English, don't worry if it feels difficult. Everyone starts somewhere. When I learned another language for the first time, I also made mistakes. It's normal. Just keep practicing, keep listening, and you will get better every day. By the way, if you're enjoying this podcast, please don't forget to subscribe to English Podcast. It really helps us grow and lets you know when new episodes come out. You can also like this video or leave a comment. I read them all and I love hearing from you. Let's continue. I want to tell you a little more about my daily life and what it's like to live in Australia. In Australia, people usually work from Monday to Friday, and the weekend is for rest. Most offices start around 9 and finish around 5. Many people go to cafes before work. You'll see long lines for coffee in the morning. After work, people like to go to the gym, meet friends, or just go home and relax. Australians love the outdoors because the weather is warm most of the year. We spend a lot of time outside. On weekends, I often go to the beach, go for a bike ride, or visit a market. There are always local markets where people sell fruit, vegetables, clothes, and handmade things. I like buying fresh bread there. I think one nice thing about living in Australia is the balance between work and life. People here don't only think about work, they also enjoy their free time. We like to have barbecues, travel, and spend time with family and friends. On public holidays, we often have big family meals or go camping. Now, let's talk a bit about my home. As I said, I live in a small apartment. It has one bedroom, a living room, a small kitchen, and a balcony. From the balcony, I can see the city skyline and a bit of the harbor. It's beautiful at night. I like keeping my home clean and simple. On weekends, I usually clean, do laundry, and maybe water the plants. Emma loves plants, so we have many of them. It feels nice and fresh. We also have some photos on the wall from our trips. We traveled to New Zealand 2 years ago. It was amazing. The mountains and lakes there are beautiful. We took many pictures, and every time I look at them, I feel happy. I remember when I first moved to Sydney. I didn't know many people. It was a bit hard at the beginning. But over time, I met new friends through work and hobbies. Australians are open and friendly. If you go to a cafe, people might smile and say, "How's it going?" That's a common greeting here. It means "How are you?" but in a casual way. You can answer, "Good, thanks. How about you?" Speaking of greetings, when I introduce myself at work or in a new place, I usually say something like this. "Hi, I'm Oliver. Nice to meet you. I work in marketing." It's short, simple, and friendly. You can say something similar when you meet people too. Try it. Now, let's think about how you can introduce yourself. You can follow this structure. My name is your name. I'm from your country. I live in city. I'm 8 years old. I work as a job. I like hobbies. Easy, right? You can practice this out loud. Speaking helps you remember better. You can even pause this podcast and say it now if you want. Go on. Give it a try. All right, let's continue a bit more. I want to tell you about one of my favorite memories. A few years ago, I went on a road trip with some friends along the east coast of Australia. We drove from Sydney to Brisbane. It took about 10 days and we saw so many amazing places, beaches, forests, small towns. We swam, cooked on the beach, and watched the sunset together. It was a great experience. Australians love road trips because the country is big and there's so much to see. In my free time, I also enjoy listening to podcasts like this one. I think podcasts are a great way to learn. You can listen while walking, driving, or relaxing. That's why I started this podcast, to help people like you learn English in a fun and simple way. Hey, by the way, if you like what you're hearing, please subscribe. It means a lot to me and helps this podcast reach more people who want to learn English. And if you have time, leave a short comment. Tell me where you're from or tell me one thing about your daily life. I'd really enjoy reading your stories. Sometimes people ask me what it's like to live in Australia. Well, it's peaceful, sunny, and multicultural. People from many countries live here. You can hear many languages and eat food from all over the world. It's a nice mix of cultures, and I think that's beautiful. Life is not perfect, of course. We still get busy, tired, and stressed sometimes. But overall, I feel lucky to live here and do what I love. When I think about my goals for the future, I want to keep learning and growing. I want to travel more, maybe start a small business one day, and continue improving my skills. And of course, I want to keep making this podcast for you to help you learn English and enjoy the process. So that's a little about me, my life, my work, my hobbies, and my story. I hope you enjoyed listening and maybe you learned some new words or ideas to help you talk about yourself too. Before we finish, remember, practice makes progress. Don't worry about mistakes. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep learning every day. You're doing great. Thank you so much for listening to English Podcast. If you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button and join our community of learners. You can also share this with your friends who are learning English too. Alright, that's all for today. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a great day. Stay positive and keep learning English. Bye for now.